Let's see what's out there. Engage.
Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 100 greatest TV characters.
Play something. Somebody play something.
For this list, we're looking at television characters from as far back as the 1950s all the way up to today, and ranking the best of them all. We'll be including characters from all genres, so animated and live-action shows will be included, but recurring characters from sketch shows will not. Who do you think is the greatest TV character ever? Let us know in the comments. Hey Mojoholics! For a chance to win cash prizes, play our live daily trivia challenges every day at 3 p.m. and 8 p.m. Eastern only at WatchMojo.com/play. Number 100, Barney Stinson, How I Met Your Mother.
It's gonna be legend. Wait for it. And I hope you're not lactose intolerant because the second half of that word is dairy. No. Legendary.
Legendary.
Are we pushing the limit if we say his making this list was legendary? Maybe, but it doesn't change how memorable a character Barney Stinson is.
It's a truth you can't refute. Nothing suits me like a suit.
This suit-wielding womanizer used his playbook to win his way into the hearts of millions of fans. From his endless supply of catchphrases to the platinum rule and back, Barney might also happen to have been the character with the most growth. As deplorable as some of his antics may seem now, How I Met Your Mother never shied away from giving Barney tender moments that showed his true inner self.
I love everything about her, and I'm not a guy who says that lightly. I'm a guy who has faked love his entire life. I thought love was just something idiots thought they felt. But this woman has a hold on my heart that I could not break if I wanted to.
Despite all of Marshall's slaps, he still deserves to be on our list. Number 99, Dean and Sam Winchester, Supernatural.
I'm Batman.
Yeah, you're Batman.
As the older brother and the one who carried Sam to safety when they were kids, Dean has always been overprotective of his younger sibling. It was a trait that permeated throughout the entire series. Sam, on the other hand, has been more than able to take care of himself and any creatures who go bump in the night, even while still yearning for a more normal life.
Close encounter? What kind? First? Second? They're after me! Third kind already. You better run, man. I think the fourth kind is a butt thing. Empathy, Sam! Empathy!
This duo of supernatural hunting heroes provided audiences with enough action, hilarious banter, and touching moments to last all the way through 15 seasons of a memorable show. Number 98, Gilligan, Gilligan's Island. It should be pretty obvious here. The show is literally named after him.
Oh my gosh. Man overboard. I'll save you, Skipper!
Willie Gilligan, yes, that really was his first name, is the ever-so-clumsy first mate of the SS Minnow. Dubbed Little Buddy by the captain, Jonas the Skipper Grumby, Gilligan was the lovable goof that forever seemed to accidentally undermine many of the castaways' plans to get off the island. Known for his signature red shirt and white hat, Gilligan would consistently make discoveries that inevitably wreaked more havoc on the island than it helped. Yet despite his fumblings, he was also adored by everyone and remained in the hearts of millions of fans.
Gilligan, is there anything you'd like to say before we pronounce sentence?
Just one thing.
Well, say it fast.
Make way for the Red Ball Express!
Number 97, Scooby-Doo, the Scooby-Doo franchise. Uh-oh, here we go.
Look at him! What a ham!
Scooby-Doo is one of the few characters who continues to find new life in television and film ever since his inception back in the Hanna-Barbera days. This lovable Great Dane has been giving audiences smiles and laughs since 1969. Almost always attached to his best friend Shaggy, he appears to have a bottomless stomach and a knack for stumbling into the most curious of situations. Viewers laugh at his misfortunes and scare at his frights, but most of all, they love him just as much as we do our real-life pets. We welcomed him into our family, which is what makes him a great addition to this list. Number 96, Olivia Benson, Law & Order Special Victims Unit. As the only remaining original cast member of this show, Mariska Hargitay's portrayal of Olivia Benson has stood the test of time.
Everything okay, Captain?
Detective Rollins says that there's another Vic at Mercy Hospital.
On a show that exposes the horrors of abuse and assault, Olivia is the heroine we all need. Uniquely positioned to connect with victims through her own history, Benson illustrates compassion and determination in solving whatever crime she's put up against. But it's not just her passion for justice that defines her. Through the years, we've watched her hit highs and lows in both her professional and personal life.
Sending him to prison isn't gonna heal you. Healing begins when someone bears witness.
The growth she has experienced over the seasons is truly inspirational to anyone watching. Number 95, Alexis Colby, Dynasty. Forever the show about the rich and powerful, Dynasty found its real stride with the introduction of Joan Collins' character Alexis Colby at the start of its second season.
Blake, what you call filth may be a lie to you, but I still have it. When I'm ready, when I need a trump card, I'm going to play it.
Not even the greatest reality TV villains could ever come close to how vile and manipulative Colby could be. The combination of the show's writing and Collins' impeccable delivery yielded a character that viewers hated so much they had to tune in every week to see what she would try and pull off next.
Congratulations! You won this round. The night is still young.
It's not too often a show can bring in such interest over a single character, let alone one hated by millions. But props to Dynasty for finding a fantastic way to deliver this to us. Number 94, Mork and Mindy. Portrayed by the legendary Robin Williams, Mork was a character that was born to showcase the talent of this late comedian.
Mork?
Good morning, Orson.
Orson. You call me Orson to my face, but behind my back you call me Fatso, rocket ship thighs, and star tush.
You forgot laser breath.
With his unconventional mannerisms, offbeat language, and hilarious physical comedy, Mork brought joy and laughter to every scene. What set him apart was his ability to view the world with fresh eyes and encouraging acceptance of individuality. Mork's genuine curiosity about human behavior and his unwavering kindness make him relatable and endearing. Robin Williams took his improvisational skills and brought the character to life in a way that audiences loved. Add to that Williams and Pam Dauber's undeniable chemistry, and it made every scene a joy to watch.
You see, I'm a test tube baby.
Really?
Yes, my father was an eyedropper, the scum.
Number 93, Fiona Gallagher, Shameless. It's sad to see a child have to take on the role of parent to their siblings when their own parents have failed miserably. Enter Fiona Gallagher.
You know what I want? Not to win the lottery or go on vacation to the Caribbean. I want normal people problems. Like, am I getting enough fiber? Or why did my friend say that insensitive thing about my weight?
The oldest daughter of deadbeat dad Frank, Fiona spends much of her time on Shameless giving up her own life for the sake of taking care of her brothers and sisters. Always trying not to get lost in her family life, Fiona consistently struggles to find stable connections with others, all while dealing with Frank's disdain for responsibility of any kind.
Shut up, Frank! This isn't about you! This is about you. This is about what you didn't do. It's about what I did.
She's a character that feels real to audiences because of her struggles. Number 92, June Osborne, The Handmaid's Tale. When in Rome, do as the Romans do. St. Ambrose suggested it's best to follow local traditions when visiting somewhere. For June Osborne, the need to fit in has been a necessity for her survival.
I don't need oranges. I need to scream. I need to grab the nearest machine gun.
Living in such an oppressive world, it would have been easy to write June off as just another victim of Gilead. But as the show has progressed, we've watched her move from being Fred Waterford's plaything to a leader among the resistance.
It is for those women that I ask the International Criminal Court to confirm the charges against this man and put him on trial.
It's her growth that has helped captivate audiences and lure them in, making us all wonder if she'll be the one coming out on top in the end. Number 91, Kara Starbuck Thrace, Battlestar Galactica. Starbuck is a character that also evolved immensely over the course of the show's run.
We're coming in a little hot, don't you think?
When we first meet her, she is a cocky pilot who enjoys a good drink, smoking cigars, and risking it all to win a game of triad. But that alone is not enough to make a character endearing. The connections she forms with those around her are incredibly genuine, and not as superficial as some of her outward traits.
I have my flaws too.
The difference is my flaws are personal, yours are professional.
She became a central character to the show, even bringing the Galactica to its final destination. That's a whole lot more than just winning a game of cards. Number 90, Logan Roy, Succession. Countless stories have been told about the idea of continuing on the family business. So with a show like Succession, it's no surprise to find this a major theme.
You've got to knuckle down for me. Waystar. I can't say too much as yet, but I'm going to be spending a lot more time in here with you lot, because I love it in here.
Logan Roy is the family elder, and with his health in decline, he pits the children against each other, all in the name of Waystar Royco.
Do you want to hit me? Is that it? Huh? Go on. Go on. Give it your best shot.
He's ruthless, manipulative, and stops at nothing in his quest for power. Yet even with that undying thirst, Logan isn't without his moments of almost tenderness.
I don't do apologies. But if it means so much to you, then sorry.
In as many ways as viewers may find his controlling actions despicable, he's a character we all love to hate. Number 89, Cookie Lion, Empire.
The streets ain't made for everybody. That's why they made sidewalks.
Number 88, Rue Bennett, Euphoria.
Yeah, it's a shame, Mom. My dad's dead.
Number 87, Abed Nadir, Community.
The truth is, lots of girls like me because, let's face it, I'm pretty adorable. And my aloofness unconsciously reminds them of their fathers, so I'm more used to them approaching me.
So we didn't damage your self-esteem or anything?
But I got self-esteem falling out of my butt.
Number 86, Violet Crawley, Dowager Countess of Grantham, Downton Abbey.
No bride wants to look tired at her wedding. It either means she's anxious or been up to no good.
I won't sleep a wink. Tonight or tomorrow?
Simple vulgarity is no substitute for wit.
Number 85, BoJack Horseman, BoJack Horseman. It'd be really easy to pass off a show like BoJack Horseman as just another animated adult comedy. But thanks to the titular character, we get a peek into the other side of Hollywood stardom that we don't often get to see.
Of course, you're happy about it. You didn't want me to go to New York in the first place. And now, lucky me, I get to stay here and work on this terrible movie that's going to ruin my career.
Horseman could easily be substituted for a whole myriad of has-been actors from the real world. But thanks to Will Arnett's portrayal, audiences get a real sense of how Horseman's sarcasm and insecurities are far more real than he'd like anyone to know.
He's so stupid he doesn't realize how miserable he should be. I envy that.
It's BoJack's constant search for meaning and happiness that makes him so appealing for viewers to tune into. Number 84, Tanya McQuoid, The White Lotus.
Portia, don't spend your life chasing emotionally unavailable men.
Number 83, Homelander, The Boys.
Starlight lied to you just now. She did. I don't make mistakes. I'm not just like the rest of you. I'm stronger. I'm smarter. I'm better. I am better.
Number 82, Beavis and Butthead, Beavis and Butthead.
Damn it, everything on TV sucks. Yeah, that sucks. Maybe we should, get another TV. Shut up, buttwad. I'm trying to watch this crap.
Number 81, Arthur Reed, Arthur.
DW, no, you aren't invited. Why not? Because. Because why? Because why? Because.
Number 80, Tommy Oliver, The Green Ranger, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Guess who's back? I don't believe it.
For a character that was only intended to appear in one season, Tommy Oliver, aka the Green Ranger, turned out to be one of the longest-running members of the Power Rangers. Originally under the spell of Rita Repulsa, Tommy is freed and joins the team as their 6th member.
What have I done? What you did under Rita's influence. You own the power now. Fight by our side and we can defeat Rita.
After everything that's happened,
Tommy, we need you.
The character went on to appear in multiple iterations of the show and movies all the way up until 2023. Forever the hero, he's always been portrayed as a mentor and respected by those who know him. Given how characters come and go in this franchise, his ability to continue to endear himself to his fans is a tribute to the character. Number 79, Lizzie McGuire. Lizzie McGuire.
Be kind, be the special person that you are, and always share your cookies.
Number 78, Meredith Grey. Grey's Anatomy.
We're adults. When did that happen? And how do we make it stop?
Number 77, Tobias Funke. Arrested Development.
Excuse me, do these effectively hide my thunder?
Number 76, Rory and Lorelai Gilmore. Gilmore Girls.
I think we should bring it in a bit more. Oh, sure, but first why don't you use a medieval torture instrument to crush my ribs and flatten my spinal cord in order to accommodate your sadistic wish there.
Don't use subtlety on us, we're slow.
Number 75, Dr. Richard Kimball. The Fugitive. Never has a story about a presumed criminal captured the hearts and minds of TV audiences like The Fugitive's Dr. Richard Kimball.
24 hours, Gerard. At the end of that time, I'll crawl into the police station. On the end of a leash, if that's the way you want it.
Accused of murdering his wife, Kimball spent 120 episodes dodging law enforcement, all while trying to find the one-armed man who committed the real crime. Viewers didn't tune in every week just because the show was entertaining. Kimball provided a perfect vessel to illustrate how even when the law fails us, you can still remain a morally centered individual, forever finding ways to use his intelligence to help others. He never allowed his own difficulties to prevent him from doing the right thing. Number 74, Liz Lemon. 30 Rock.
What are you doing?
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you on some subconscious level seeing this as me toying with your manhood?
Number 73, Dale Cooper. Twin Peaks.
Harry, I have no idea where this will lead us, but I have a definite feeling it will be a place both wonderful and strange.
Number 72, Mr. Bean. Mr. Bean. Number 71, Moira Rose. Schitt's Creek.
Next step is to fold in the cheese.
What does that mean? What does fold in the cheese mean?
He folds it in.
Number 70, Batman. Various. Even though Batman first appeared in comics in 1939, it wasn't until Adam West donned the cowl that he made his TV debut in 1966.
The Riddler contrives his plots like artichokes. You have to strip off spiny leaves to reach the heart.
Since then, he's appeared in multiple animated programs and a multitude of films. With a tragic backstory, Batman is one of the few superheroes who relies not on superpowers, but his unrelenting pursuit of justice instead. Every depiction of this character comes with a new spin, but it always circles back to the idea that Batman himself is a symbol to be feared by those who cross him.
I am vengeance. I am the night. I am Batman!
He's a man who carries the weight of the city on his shoulders while hiding in the shadows. Number 69, Xena. Xena, Warrior Princess.
The rules of survival. Number 1, if you can run, run. Number 2, if you can't run, surrender and then run. Number 3, if you're outnumbered, let them fight each other while you run.
Number 68, Ted Lasso. Ted Lasso.
You know what the happiest animal on earth is? It's a goldfish. You know why?
No.
It's got a 10-second memory. Be a goldfish, Sam.
Number 67, Annalise Keating. How to Get Away with Murder.
Step 3, we bury the evidence. We throw so much information at the jury that they walk into the deliberation room with one overwhelming feeling: doubt. That's how you get away with murder.
Number 66, Doogie Howser. Doogie Howser, MD.
You're gonna kill him.
Douglas.
And you don't give a crap.
Dr. Hauser, you will behave.
Don't talk to me like you're my father. You're not.
Number 65, Sophia Petrillo. The Golden Girls. If there's one thing Sophia proved to viewers, it's that the passage of years does not always represent the loss of one's sharp wit.
Hey, The way you leave that back door open, any idiot could walk in here.
And the idiot did.
As the eldest of this group of Golden Girls, Sophia proves time and time again that not only is she the wisest of the four, she's also the funniest.
Your heart's in the right place, Rose, but I don't know where the hell your brain is.
Whereas most often we see seniors as ones to be coddled, Sophia's sarcastic and sharp-tongued comments prove time and time again that she's only gotten funnier as the years pass by. But what ties it all up is how underneath that coat of one-liners is a woman who cares deeply for those closest to her.
He was my son, my little boy. But every time I saw him, I always wondered what I did, what I said. When was the day that I did whatever I did to make him the way he was?
Number 64, Amanda Woodward, Melrose Place.
Why do I have this feeling that you two are married and neither one wants to admit it?
Believe me, I'm not married.
Well, that's good.
Number 63, Eric Taylor, Friday Night Lights.
Expect you boys to play football.
Yes, sir.
Clear eyes, full hearts, can't lose.
Number 62, Barry Berkman, Barry.
I know there's more to me than that. But maybe, I don't know. Maybe there's not. Maybe this is all I'm good at.
Number 61, Charlie Kelly, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
So I start marching my way down to Carol in HR, and I knock on her door and I say, Carol! Carol, I gotta talk to you about Pepe. And when I open the door, what do I find? There's not a single goddamn desk in that office. There is no Carol in HR.
Number 60, Dylan McKay, Beverly Hills 90210. Whether it's television, film, theater, or sometimes even the real world, there's an undeniable attraction towards the bad boy. The late Luke Perry's Dylan McKay from Beverly Hills 90210 was a perfect rendition of this archetype during the 1990s.
Let me tell you something, just so you know in advance. I'm not in a good mood today. In fact, I'm feeling a little hostile.
Attractive, charming, and with a touch of mystery, he found his way into the hearts of millions of viewers as he dealt with substance use disorder and his on-again, off-again relationships with Brenda and Kelly. Perry's portrayal of McKay gave us far more than just a pretty face to swoon at. He found a way to convey the inner sensitivities of a character that could have easily been overlooked when contrasted against his typical behavior.
Dance with me? It's not a one-time offer. We can wait.
I don't want to wait.
Number 59, Sydney Bristow, Alias.
I just wanted to rip his finger right off again. Does that make me a bad person?
No. That might have blown your cover.
You think?
Number 58, Sabrina Spellman, Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
French dinosaur. I only wish this was the strangest thing I've ever encountered.
Number 57, Daryl Dixon, The Walking Dead.
Peanut butter and jelly, diet soda and pig's feet. That's a white trash brunch right there.
Number 56, Fred Flintstone, The Flintstones.
What do you say now, pretty boy? What do I say?
Number 55, Lieutenant Columbo, Columbo. Peter Falk may have had a long career in film and television, but he'll always be known as Columbo.
Who are you? I'm just another cop. My name is Columbo. I'm a lieutenant.
With his beige raincoat and his signature one more thing or one other thing line, Columbo was one of the greatest underrated detectives to ever grace our screens. He was an investigator from an era that didn't feel the need to intimidate a suspect or treat them like a criminal. Instead, Columbo always addressed people as sir or ma'am and treated everyone with an incredible amount of respect.
Well, sir, I want to thank you very much for your time.
Any time, Lieutenant.
Right. Yeah, I don't want to forget my cigar. Good day. Oh, listen, just one more thing.
Coming off as the everyman, Columbo's best trade secret was never letting a suspect think he thought they were a suspect at all. And in the end, it worked, as Columbo would always walk away a winner. Number 54, Sam Malone, Cheers.
I know you have trouble dealing with a woman in a position of authority.
Whoa, wait a minute, I resent that. I've never had trouble with a woman in any position.
Number 53, Samantha Stevens, Bewitched.
All right, Mother, what's all this about? How did you know I was behind this? I'm psychic.
Number 52, Adrian Monk, Monk.
You gotta be a little skeptical, Sharona.
Otherwise, you end up believing in everything. UFOs, elves, income tax rebates.
Number 51, Will Smith, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Somebody call a cop, because it got to be illegal to look that good.
Will, you look pretty terrific yourself.
Oh, girl, don't hate me because I'm beautiful.
Number 50, 11, Stranger Things. Television often features casts of multiple talented individuals that form an ensemble that bring a show to life. Yet despite all that talent, there can often be a breakout character that stands out among the rest. Such is the case of 11 from Stranger Things.
Oh, Jesus.
Ghost.
Yeah, I see that.
Halloween.
Sure is.
The fish out of water story has been told many times, but there's a reason it works so well. In contrast to the other kids' relatively normal lives, Eleven's isolation, mistreatment, and subsequent struggle provide something many can identify with. And, much like the real world, we get to watch her grow up and evolve in much the same way as the audience did themselves.
I am different. I do not belong.
You mean in Lenora?
Anywhere.
Characters we can relate to will always stand out among others. Number 49, Jackie Payton, Nurse Jackie.
I don't like chatty, okay? I don't do chatty. I like quiet. Quiet and mean. Those are my people.
Number 48, Matt Murdock, Daredevil.
You're a child playing at being a hero.
No, I'm not trying to be a hero. I'm just a guy that got fed up with men like you, and I decided to do something about it.
Number 47, Rick Sanchez, Rick and Morty.
I'm a pickle! I'm Pickle Rick!
Number 46, Selena Meyer, Veep.
Congressman Furlong called and he'd like some FaceTime.
Okay, well, let's see. I'd rather set fire to my vulva, so that's a no.
Number 45, Aang, Avatar: The Last Airbender. If you're thinking we're talking about a blue-skinned character who lives in the rainforest, you got the wrong franchise.
Come closer. What is it? Will you go penguin sledding with me?
Aang comes from a world divided into nations based on earth, fire, water, and air. As the Avatar, he is the only one who possesses the ability to wield all four elements. He's also responsible for keeping the peace between the various nations. Even with all that responsibility, Aang is still just a child, and we love how the show lets him be both a leader and a youth all in one. Sure, the Fire Lord may be trying to rule the world, but that doesn't stop Aang from embracing who and what he really is.
We're all connected. Everything is connected.
Number 44, Maxwell Smart, Get Smart.
I'll be right over. I may be a few minutes late, Chief.
Number 43, Ron Swanson, Parks and Recreation.
Normally, if given a choice between doing something and nothing, I'd choose to do nothing. But I will do something if it helps someone else do nothing. I'd work all night if it meant nothing got done.
Number 42, Stewie Griffin, Family Guy.
Ma! Mom! 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 Mommy! Mommy! Mama! Mama! Mama!
What?
Hi.
Number 41, Chandler Bing, Friends.
I'm Chandler. I make jokes when I'm uncomfortable.
Number 40, Dexter Morgan, Dexter. Police procedurals are aptly named as each episode follows a typical formula. The brilliance of a show like Dexter is in the use of its titular character.
I can kill a man, dismember his body, and be home in time for Letterman. But knowing what to say when my girlfriend's feeling insecure, I'm totally lost.
Here's a man who works within the boundaries of law enforcement, but is one of the largest offenders imaginable. Dexter brilliantly portrays the small part of many of us who wish to see those whom the justice system has failed be punished for their actions. As a sociopath, his strict adherence to the Code of Harry flies in the face of any logic, yet is also why he's so great to watch.
I couldn't help myself. I couldn't. Please, you have to understand.
Trust me, I definitely understand. See, I can't help myself either.
The dichotomy of his good intentions versus his serial actions makes everyone both cheer and cringe at most of what he does. Number 39, Samantha Jones, Sex and the City.
If you're a successful single woman in this city, you have two choices. You can bang your head against the wall and try and find a relationship, or you can say screw it and just go out and have sex like a man.
Number 38, Josiah Jed Bartlett, The West Wing.
Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful and committed citizens can change the world.
Number 37, Mary Richards, The Mary Tyler Moore Show.
What is a family anyway? They're just people who make you feel less alone and really loved.
Number 36, Kermit the Frog, The Muppets franchise.
It's not easy being green, having to spend each day the color of the leaves.
Number 35, Fleabag, Fleabag. Sometimes it doesn't take long for a character to stick with you. Fleabag only aired for 2 short seasons, but the titular character, brilliantly portrayed by Phoebe Waller-Bridge, is perhaps one of the funniest to ever grace the television screen.
They're good, right? Chic?
Chic means boring. Don't tell a friend.
In some ways, we can almost see her as a more modern-day version of the Golden Girls' Sophia Petrillo. Her dry wit, and often all too real commentary of her own life, are 2 of the most appealing aspects of this character. Add to that the fact that much of this commentary is aimed at the audience through much more than an occasional fourth wall break.
I have a horrible feeling that I'm a greedy, perverted, selfish, apathetic, cynical, depraved, morally bankrupt woman who can't even call herself a feminist.
Why, oh why did we only get 12 episodes of her? Number 34, Thomas Magnum, Magnum P.I.
Why'd you quit, Tom?
There's nothing earth-shattering. One day I woke up, age 33, and realized I'd never been 23.
Number 33, Sheldon Cooper, The Big Bang Theory.
Why are you crying?
Because I'm stupid!
Well, that's no reason to cry. One cries because one is sad. For example, I cry because others are stupid and it makes me sad.
Number 32, Daenerys Targaryen, Game of Thrones.
I'm sorry, little princess.
I am not your little princess. I am Daenerys Stormborn of the blood of old Valyria, and I will take what is mine. With fire and blood, I will take it.
Yeah.
Number 31, Tommy Shelby, Peaky Blinders.
I can charm dogs. Gypsy witchcraft. And those I can't charm, I can kill with my own hands.
Number 30, J.R. Ewing, Dallas. If you didn't live during the 80s, then you likely never had to go through the entire Who Shot J.R. ordeal in the summer of 1980.
How did Bennett and Smithfield ever get involved in this?
I called him.
You did? Bobby, when are you going to learn to mind your own damn business?
She has a right to legal counsel, JR.
Not paid by us, she doesn't.
J.R. Ewing was a powerful oil baron and a major character of the show Dallas. As the show's primary villain, J.R. was shown to be an egomaniac, conniving, and an often soulless man who would stop at nothing to raise his image in the oil industry. Despite how heinously he was portrayed, fans nonetheless loved the character. Well, maybe it was more love to hate, but he still made a lasting impression and cemented himself into the history books of television. Number 29, John Locke, Lost.
I'm fine, I can do this.
John, you can't.
Don't tell me what I can't do.
Number 28, Steve Urkel, Family Matters.
Did I do that?
Number 27, Eric Cartman, South Park.
Say, did any of you children see the alien spaceship last night?
Yeah, Fat Boy saw it. No, that was just a dream. And I'm not fat, I'm big boned.
Oh.
Number 26, Frank Underwood, House of Cards.
I have zero tolerance for betrayal, which they will soon indelibly learn.
Number 25, Jessica Fletcher, Murder, She Wrote. Is it a little coincidental that someone always seems to die whenever Jessica Fletcher is around? And even more suspicious is the fact that she somehow always manages to miraculously solve the mystery within minutes of the show's end time. Although possible, it was all part of the trope that made Fletcher such a lovable character.
Even though I'll only be here for a few weeks, I intend doing this job to the very best of my ability.
I am sure you will.
We'll get along just fine if you try to remember that I'm not your addle-pated great-aunt from East Nowhere.
A modern-day Sherlock Holmes of the 80s and 90s, Fletcher's long history as an author of detective mysteries gave her a unique perspective on solving crimes. She also made huge strides for equality in showing that a woman was just as capable as anyone else in solving even the most gruesome of crimes. Go Jessica!
What do you say we make a deal? If you don't take out a private investigator's license, I won't buy a typewriter.
deal?
Number 24, Jack Bauer, 24.
Let's get something straight, kid. The only reason you're still conscious is because I don't want to carry you. Now get in the van.
Number 23, MacGyver, MacGyver.
You sure that'll work? Nope. But you are a comfort.
Number 22, Saul Goodman, Better Call Saul.
What's the difference between a vacuum cleaner and a lawyer on a motorcycle? The vacuum cleaner has the dirt bag on the inside.
Number 21, Mulder and Scully, The X-Files.
I believe that what we're looking for is in the X-Files. I'm more certain than ever that the truth is in there.
I've heard the truth, Mulder. Now what I want are the answers.
Number 20, SpongeBob SquarePants, SpongeBob SquarePants.
I'm ready! I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready.
Go, SpongeBob!
You're having a rough day and need a little bit of a pick-me-up. All you need to do is turn on SpongeBob SquarePants and take a cue from the show's main character. Forever smiling, enthusiastic, and wholly devoted to both his best friend Patrick and his employer, the Krusty Krab.
The Krusty Krab pizza is the pizza for you and me.
Once described by Time magazine as the anti-Bart Simpson, SpongeBob is forever oblivious to the perils and obstacles of the world. Instead, he gladly carries on, helping his friends, making Krabby Patties, and laughing whenever he can.
Maybe it's your voice.
Good one, Patrick.
He's a perfect character for both young and old individuals who are just looking for something to put a smile on their face. Number 19, Buffy Summers, Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
I always find a way. I'm the thing that monsters have nightmares about. And right now, you and me are gonna show them why.
Say what you want about Joss Whedon now, but Buffy the Vampire Slayer's titular character was indeed a shift in gears towards a story that saw a female protagonist take on the role typically held by men.
You're dead.
I may be dead, but I'm still pretty.
Buffy showed an entire generation that the stereotypical pretty cheerleader didn't need a man to swoop in and save her. She's a determined, independent, funny, and compassionate woman who also happens to easily take care of countless vampires. She provided inspiration to many young girls who may have felt their gender would hold them back. No way. Buffy showed all of us that girls can kick ass too.
There's only one thing on this earth more powerful than evil. And that's us.
Number 18, Jean-Luc Picard, Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Ready to track to beam, Lieutenant Yar. Target the ship. Activate to my command.
Tractor beam ready.
Engage.
From Spock to Data to the Doctor and beyond, Star Trek has always been filled with incredible characters. Of course, the captains of Star Trek are among the most beloved, and are limited to only a handful of individuals, including Jean-Luc Picard. He's faced death, assimilation, an entire alternate life, the loss of his family, and even the destruction of his own ship. Yet through all of it, Picard has done a remarkable job of being the perfect icon of what a Starfleet captain should be.
Captain, you are jeopardizing your command and your career.
There are times, sir, when men of good conscience cannot blindly follow orders.
Regardless of where you are on the Picard versus Kirk debate, you cannot deny Picard's impact on the history of Star Trek. Number 17, Dwight Schrute, The Office. We could have gone with Michael Scott, but come on, Dwight is where the best lines came from.
How would I describe myself? 3 words. Hardworking, alpha male, jackhammer, merciless, insatiable.
Rainn Wilson's portrayal of Dwight Schrute helped elevate the character to standout status on the TV series The Office. As the assistant to the regional manager at the fictional Dunder Mifflin Paper Company, Dwight is loyal, ambitious, and incredibly eccentric. Taking his job perhaps a bit too seriously, he does have an unrelenting work ethic. His love for his beet farm showcases his unique passions and identity.
Dwight, should you be our manager? I wouldn't let her manage a celery farm. Those who can't farm celery.
Fiercely competitive, viewers are often subjected to his hilarious rivalries, particularly with Jim Halpert. Dwight's bizarre habits, including his odd collection of weapons and obsession with bears, make him both endearing and perplexing.
Question: what kind of bear is best? The
It's a ridiculous question.
False. Black bear.
Well, that's debatable. There are basically two schools of thought.
Fact. Bears eat beets. Oh. Bears beets Battlestar Galactica.
Number 16, Benjamin Hawkeye Pierce, MASH. Viewers today may have never seen MASH, or be aware that its series finale holds the record of being the single most watched series finale of all time. Out of its cast of colorful characters, most remember Hawkeye Pierce.
Frank, I happen to be an officer only because I foolishly opened an invitation from President Truman to come to this costume party. And as for my ability as a doctor, if you seriously question that, I'm afraid I'll just have to challenge you to a duel.
Unlike many surgeons, Hawkeye was far more content to do the work than have his ego stroked. A master at his profession, Pierce saved countless lives both with his knife and through his relentless use of jokes and sarcasm to help everyone forget they were in the middle of a war zone.
I'll carry your books, I'll carry a torch, I'll carry a tune, I'll carry on, carry over, carry forward, carry Grant, cash and carry me back to old Virginia. I'll even Harry carry if you show me how, but I will not carry a gun.
When not in the operating room, fans laughed at his banter and practical jokes on everyone in the 4077th. Number 15, Gregory House. House. Dr. Gregory House could easily be described as being both brilliant and obnoxious. One could say he's comparable to the likes of The Big Bang Theory's Sheldon Cooper, but with a thorough understanding of sarcasm and wit.
Just trying to figure out what makes you tick. I am not warm and fuzzy, and you are basically a stuffed animal made by Grandma.
As much as his sharp intellect and unconventional approach may rub both his colleagues and patients the wrong way, there's no matching his ability to find an answer.
Time changes everything.
That's what people say. It's not true. Doing things changes things. Not doing things leaves things exactly as they were.
Hugh Laurie somehow finds a way to convey both House's moral ambiguity and personal demons in a way that draws the viewer in, instead of repelling them. Much like Sheldon, House is who he is and holds nothing back. Hence the reason audiences adored him.
That smugness of yours really is an attractive quality.
Thank you. It was either that or get my hair highlighted. Smugness is easier to maintain.
Number 14, Frasier Crane, Cheers and Frasier. Frasier Crane can be best described as a perfect example of a throwaway character that became so much more than that.
Patronage means customers. Patronizing is the way one would talk to a small, dull child. Kind of like how you're talking to me right now. Aren't you cute?
A refined man, Frasier's intellect and sophistication were often the brunt of many jokes, both at the bar and at his new gig in Seattle. However, it was the latter that truly helped bring out his wit and vulnerability to audiences.
Sometimes it helps to write yourself a letter.
He's already got himself on the phone.
But I don't know what he wants.
Then why do you keep trying to bury him in psychiatric exercises?
Because that's all I have.
His interactions with his brother Niles, his father Martin, and his producer Roz all showcased this multifaceted individual we didn't know was there. Combine that with great physical comedy, and it's no surprise the character is coming back in 2023.
For 11 years, you've heard me say, I'm listening. Well, you were listening too. And for that, I am eternally grateful. Good night, Seattle.
Number 13, Murphy Brown. Murphy Brown. The titular character of this sitcom is a strong female character that defied gender norms. As a talented investigative journalist, Brown's character faced a constant battle in a world where broadcast journalism was heavily dominated by men. Yet it was often her softer side that made the character so lovable.
I'll never experience life. Corky, I've experienced life, and I'm here to tell you it's overrated.
Her substance use disorder and her choice to continue her career while becoming a new mom were major highlights of her arc. Plus, let's not forget the sheer wit and comedic talent that brought in laughs week after week.
You cannot say anything just once.
Oh, yeah? Well, I can't take anything you say seriously with that stupid accent. You sound like you should be plotting big trouble for moose and squirrel.
Murphy Brown gave us the best combination of both heart and levity. Number 12, Tyrion Lannister, Game of Thrones. The character of Tyrion Lannister is television's proof that a person's size does not dictate their intellect or guile.
I'm guilty of a far more monstrous crime. I'm guilty of being a dwarf.
You're not on trial for being a dwarf.
Oh, yes I am. I've been on trial for that my entire life.
Often derided with insulting names, Tyrion is nothing of the sort. Of all the characters on Game of Thrones, he may indeed be the most complex and interesting of them all.
Dragons do not do well in captivity.
How do you know this?
That's what I do. I drink and I know things.
As a master of sarcasm, his quips and jabs are often the funniest lines in a show that often takes itself too seriously. But he's also someone who is aptly aware of others' immediate judgment of him, using that to his advantage to gain favor when needed.
Let me give you some advice, bastard. Never forget what you are. The rest of the world will not. Wear it like armor, and it can never be used to hurt you.
He's a character who stands out not because he's small, but for how he affects the story throughout the series. Number 11, Don Draper, Mad Men.
PR people understand this, but they can never execute it. If you don't like what is being said, change the conversation.
He's a tall, handsome man with enough charisma to charm anyone he sets his sights on. But much like an onion, when you peel back the layers of this character, you find so much more.
I've been watching my life. It's right there. I keep scratching at it, trying to get into it.
Here's a man who literally reinvented himself after serving in a war, who now outwardly appears to have it all, yet struggles with so many inner demons. He's a man who's constantly searching for meaning, all while burying his sadness in a bottle or in the bed of a stranger. And despite his difficulties, he still finds a way to remain a family man and mentor to Peggy.
Peggy, just think about it deeply, then forget it. And an idea will jump up in your face.
Number 10, Archie Bunker, All in the Family. Even over 50 years after he debuted, Archie Bunker seems as relevant now as he was in his own day.
I would say that you know me pretty good, wouldn't you? Oh, yes, sir. I got a bead on you, all right. I know you real good.
Developed by Norman Lear, a man famous for his socially conscious television creations, Archie is a blue-collar family man forever trying and failing to control his corner of the world. He's constantly at odds with the more liberal people in his life, but despite that, he's still beloved by them and audiences. That's because, at his core, Archie isn't a bad guy. Sure, some see him simply as a bigot and a racist, but some accept that Archie is struggling to keep up with the times. Regardless of your take, he was at the center of this show, shining a spotlight on political issues and marginalized groups that needed the attention in the 70s.
Whoever it is, you're not going to like him. You don't like anything about us. You resent our attitudes, our politics, even the clothes we wear. You know, I don't think there's one thing about us you agree with.
I agree with that.
Number 9, Bugs Bunny, Various.
No, I got you. What's up, Doc?
Seriously, who hasn't heard of Bugs Bunny? You know, the gray rabbit who's always chomping on a carrot, calls everyone Doc, but is rarely seen with a doctor. Bugs has been entertaining people since the 1930s. In most of that time, he's used his razor-sharp wit and uncanny intelligence to dodge virtually any adversary he's encountered, particularly Elmer Fudd.
Pardon me, Doc, but, did you lose it?
Oh, yeah. Thank you very much.
Audiences loved Bugs not just for his antics, but also for the sheer laughs he provided while doing them. Furthermore, he wasn't beyond breaking the fourth wall, something that was incredibly rare in cartoons of the day.
Am I a stinker?
Number 8, Fonzie, Happy Days.
What are you doing? I thought you were a chick, Fonz. Hey!
Arthur Herbert Fonzarelli, aka Fonzie or the Fonz, was the epitome of cool. He wore a leather jacket, drove a motorcycle, and was the envy and/or desire of people everywhere. The look and demeanor may certainly have been inspired by James Dean, but Fonzie's appeal went far beyond the idea of a bad boy. He was Richie's friend, and no matter how things went down, he was always there. He showed us that even the cool kids could still have a heart. And if that wasn't enough, he did provide the genesis of the famous saying, jumping the shark.
You know, when I was shooting over that ram, flying over that shark, something my grandfather said came right back to me. Yeah, you should remember it, climbing up that ladder to stardom. What? He said life is filled with challenges. You take them all, except those that are gonna break your neck.
Number 7, Omar Little, The Wire. The writers of The Wire took what could have been a typical street criminal and found a way to captivate their audience through untraditional means. Omar Little's version challenged typical norms of heroes and villains, all while navigating the treacherous world of Baltimore's drug trade.
What exactly do you do for a living, Mr. Little?
I rip and run. I robs drug dealers.
Similar to Dexter Morgan, Omar follows his own code of ethics while dancing around the lines of morality. In a world that often omitted or downplayed LGBTQ+ characters, Omar was openly out and proud of it.
All in the game, yo. All in the game.
Thanks to Michael K. Williams' incredible portrayal, fans will always be looking over their shoulder whenever they hear the farmer in the dell. Number 6. George Costanza, Seinfeld.
This is not good. Worlds are colliding. George is getting upset.
Character description: short, bald, incredibly lazy, refers to himself in the third person, often loathes his own behavior, and often fails to hold on to serious romantic interests. Oh, and let's not forget his unhealthy relationship with his parents and his masterful ability to prolong a deception far longer than anyone on this list. We can only assume he wasn't this bad when Jerry met him. Otherwise, it's unlikely they would have ever become friends. So, with all of these negative traits, why was it that we kept watching him season after season?
But I'm disturbed. I'm depressed. I'm inadequate. I got it all.
Not likely to win any congeniality contests, George's behavior and antics were hilarious to watch. We never knew where they might take him, and there was no way we were gonna miss it.
So please, a little respect. For I am Costanza, Lord of the Idiots.
Number 5. The Doctor, Doctor Who. Perhaps the best way to justify this character being on this list is the fact that they have continued to survive on television for 60+ years. Sure, they've been played by 13, soon to be 14 different people, but the heart of the Doctor has remained relatively consistent throughout the years.
Doctor, you're being childish.
Well, of course I am. There's no point in being grown up if you can't be childish sometimes.
Some versions are quirkier, funnier, and perhaps a little darker at times, but they all share a passion for keeping the universe safe from countless threats. And perhaps the best part is, when audiences don't care for one version of the Doctor, they know they just have to wait a few seasons and they'll get a new one. That is a surefire way to keep audiences coming back.
Everything's got to end sometime, otherwise nothing would ever get started.
Number 4. Homer Simpson, The Simpsons. The likes of Eric Cartman, Stewie Griffin, and countless other notable animated breakout characters all owe their existence to The Simpsons. But perhaps even more so to the patriarch of the family, Homer.
Simpson, Homer Simpson, he's the greatest guy in history. From the town of Springfield, he's about to hit a chestnut tree.
Obsessed with beer and donuts and known for his one-syllable catchphrase, "Go!" Homer represents one of the most unique fathers and husbands on television. His ineptitude seems to always center him in a barrage of chaos. Yet with everything that happens in his orbit, nothing means more to him than his wife and children.
Kids, you tried your best, and you failed miserably. The lesson is, never try.
Each week, his antics give us a belly full of laughs and a little tug at our heartstrings. Number 3. Lucy Ricardo, I Love Lucy. We could easily go on to describe countless reasons why Lucy Ricardo is such a memorable character and how she deserves this spot on the podium. But the proof is in the pudding, or rather, the chocolate. Without much in the way of dialogue, a single scene from Season 2's job switching showcases just how hilarious Lucy could be. The sheer physical comedy being showcased here is the perfect example of why Lucille Ball was a comedic genius, particularly as this character. Add in her sharp wit, uncanny facial expressions, and co-star chemistry, and she was indeed the queen of comedy.
Remember that name. Myra Meaty
Number 2. Tony Soprano, The Sopranos. Hearing the word mobster usually elicits images inspired by movies like Goodfellas or The Godfather. They're often portrayed as criminals who use illegal acts and violence to earn a dollar or issue payback. Then, along comes the likes of Tony Soprano, and we learn just how complex they really are.
Like Popeye says, I am what I am. Well, I didn't marry a cartoon.
Tony goes far beyond the one-dimensional gangster we've come to expect. He is a deeply flawed man whose mental and physical health take a toll on him. The conversations between him and Dr. Melfi provide real insight into a man who could have otherwise just been one more mean crime boss.
Do you have any qualms about how you actually make a living?
Yeah. I find I have to be the sad clown. Laughing on the outside. Crying on the inside.
James Gandolfini's portrayal brings far more depth to a character like Tony, and paved the way for many other characters. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Walter White, Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul.
Say my name.
Heisenberg.
You're goddamn right.
How often in television history do we get to watch the good character become the bad character over 5 seasons?
I am not in danger, Skylar. I am the danger. A guy opens his door and gets shot, and you think that of me? No. I am the one who knocks.
Walter White entered the ecosphere of television as an innocent chemistry teacher desperate to help his family with the help of Jesse Pinkman. But as the show progressed, we watched Walter devolve into a powerful drug kingpin who used his illness and family as scapegoats for all his indiscretions. Perhaps even more surprising is how in the end, he finally confesses to Skylar about his enjoyment of everything he did.
I liked it. I was good at it.
He's someone who comes full circle accepting all that he became, despite how deplorable it may have been. It's Walter's journey from Mr. Chips to Scarface that cemented him in television history. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.